Hi everyone! This video is choice 1 of our perspective drawing lesson, and we are going to be working on drawing a moving train. We artists have to create the illusion that this train is coming from the back and moving its way towards us even though the paper is flat. To do this, we are going to have to draw several lines and use a couple of tricks that we artists know to create that illusion that something is coming from the back and moving forward. Let's take a quick look at our train drawing to see some of these tricks that we need to use. The first thing that I noticed about this artwork is that the front of the train is bigger than the back of the train. That's because things that are closest to us are larger while things are far away, they get smaller. As artists, we use that on our 2D space to create a 3D illusion. So we make things that are closer to us larger and things that we want to seem that go in the distance smaller.
Artists also use a horizon line to show depth. A horizon line is a side-to-side line that goes across the page and divides the sky from the ground. Artists also use a vanishing point. It's a dot on the horizon line. It's where everything seems to disappear into. So using these techniques, we are going to create our own 3D space on a 2D page.
The first thing that we need to do is draw a horizon line. To do this, we're going to use our ruler. I'm going to hold my ruler side to side across the page. I'm placing my ruler about a little bit more than a quarter way down. Anywhere towards the top or the middle of the page is fine. Make sure you're using your helping hand to hold the ruler steady and draw your line. Next, you're going to place a dot on your horizon line towards the right-hand side. This is called our vanishing point. This is where everything is going to seem to disappear into. Now it's time to start making that train. We're going to start with a square, and the square is going to be on the opposite side of the page as that dot. So I'm going to use my ruler again because I'm going to try to make straight lines. Like I said before, it's okay if it's not perfect, but we're going to at least try to use our ruler to create some straight lines. So create a square on the opposite side of your paper. You can see mine is fairly large. Remember, this is coming towards you, so you want it big. You want it also so it's below the horizon line. In order for this trick to work, it has to be underneath the horizon line. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, here's where it gets a little tricky. We're going to line up the corner of the square with the ruler to the vanishing point. Okay, so see how I'm lining up the ruler and I'm lining the top of the ruler with the corner of the square and the vanishing point, and I'm drawing a line going towards it. Take your time. If you have to rewatch this part of the video, it is okay. I'm doing this with 3 corners. The 3 outside corners of my square are going to the vanishing point. And again, I'm just going to stress, try your best. It is okay if it's not perfect. We're learning something new. Whatever you create is going to look fantastic.
Next, I'm going to make a window for the front of the train. I'm going to use a ruler so I have that nice straight line, but you don't have to use a ruler. You can just draw a square to represent a window in front of the train. I'm also going to add 2 circles on the bottom, and they're going to be the lights on the train. Of course, these are only my suggestions. You can decorate the front of the train however you would like. Alright, now let's get this train on a track. To make the train track, I am going to line up the bottom of the train with the vanishing point and just continue that line right off the page. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side, lining my ruler up with the vanishing point through the bottom corner of the square and then having that line continue right off the page. So now I'm going to make the side-to-side lines on the train tracks, and they're actually going to go right through the 2 lines I just made. So I'm holding my ruler as best I can, side to side in line with the paper, and I'm just going to make a nice quick line across. And I'm going to do this however many times it fits on the page. For me, it's only 2. Maybe you could fit 3 or 4, totally up to you. Okay, so our train's looking good. It's coming out towards us. It's on the tracks. Now let's add some details. I am going to add some windows on the side of the train. So to do that, I'm going to make a top line for the top of my windows and a bottom line for the bottom of my windows. It starts at the corner of the train and it lines up to the vanishing point. So it's just really important that it's lining up to the vanishing point, and then you're just going to try your best. To make each window, I'm just going to draw 2 lines up and down. I'm going to make the first window nice and wide and big because it's the one closest to us. The next window I'm going to make a little bit smaller, and the window after that a little bit smaller. Fit however many you want in here. You could have 2, 3, 10, whatever works for your drawing. We're really just focusing on having them going to the vanishing point and creating windows that are small, medium, and large. Next, I'm going to add a background. There are going to be some mountains in my background, and these are just going to be some wavy lines. Notice how they're not pointy lines, but wavy lines to give a nice organic shape to our mountains. I'm also going to add a little half circle around my vanishing point, and that's going to just be a tunnel that the train's coming out of. Next, I'm going to add some clouds to my skies. I'm going to make sure some of the clouds are big, medium, and small so that I show that some of them are close to me and some of them are far away. You can add whatever you want to your background and your sky. Have fun with it. So this is it. You've made your train coming from the tunnel and going off the page. Now you can add whatever details you would like to make it unique to you as an artist. Once you're done, you have the option. I'm going to trace over my pencil marks with a Sharpie marker. You can too, but you don't have to. I'm also going to be using a ruler to trace over my pencil marks to keep it nice and straight. Again, you're the artist. Make an artistic decision whether or not you would like to use the ruler again. Totally up to you. Once I'm done tracing, I'm actually going to take my eraser and I'm going to erase any pencil marks that are still visible. Once I finish that, as a little bonus, you don't have to do this, I'm going to add some moving lines, some motion lines that the train is moving really fast. So I'm just going to make some lines from the train to the vanishing point. I'm just going to make like 3 or 4, and this way it looks more like the train is moving very quickly. Now that you're done drawing, you can color however you want. Have fun, and I cannot wait to see your artwork.